I've always been very curious about how such a large vertical shaft, which is several dozen meters deep, is dug. It turns out that it's done by professionals who specialize in vertical shaft excavation. Let's look at the construction process. First, after determining the location, they use an excavator to dig a foundation pit. Once this large pit is dug, they install a concrete ring beam around it. Pay attention to the sharp steel plates beneath the ring beam. They play a crucial role. After installing the first layer of foundation ring beams, the next step is to install the equipment. 3 elevators are placed around the ring beam, and the steel cables of the elevators are connected to the grooves at the bottom. Their purpose is to hold the ring beam in place. As the depth of the shaft increases, the steel cables will extend accordingly. Next, the fixed supports for the tunneling machine are installed inside the ring beam. Then, a crane lifts the tunneling machine's head, slowly aligns it, and fixes it to the supports. The next step is to install auxiliary equipment, including various supports and pipelines around the shaft. These pipelines include cables for communication and pipes for transporting water and slurry. They extend to containers outside the shaft, and the entire control system for the tunneling machine is housed inside these containers. Once everything is installed, the excavation work begins. Notice that the head of the tunneling machine has rotating cutters, which break up the soil and rocks inside. Unlike an excavator which digs large chunks of earth, this machine breaks the soil into fine particles. So how is the soil removed? In fact, water is pumped into the shaft during the excavation process to balance the groundwater level in the surrounding soil. The machine head can rotate 360 degrees, allowing it to excavate every part inside. The rotating cutters at the head of the machine cut the soil or rock into small particles. Since the interior is filled with water, a slurry pump is used to remove the mud and water, which is sent to the surface for separation. After separating the slurry, the water is returned to the shaft for reuse. Once a layer of soil is excavated, the sharp steel plates beneath the ring beam will automatically cut downward due to their weight. After the ring beam drops down, the space above it becomes empty, and the ring beam at the top will be added. As the shaft is dug deeper, if the tunneling machine can no longer reach the soil, the grooves on the supports can be adjusted to allow the machine head to continue lowering. As the excavation continues, the surrounding ring beams will also descend. Once the shaft reaches the required depth, the entire tunneling machine is lifted out, the water inside the shaft is pumped out, and concrete is poured into the bottom of the shaft. This completes the entire vertical shaft excavation process. Another method is to place a small excavator inside the shaft and coordinate with a large excavator outside. Finally, the large excavator is replaced with a grab to remove the soil. Of course, this method doesn't allow for excavation as deep as the first one.